Hey there folks, my name is Knobs, and welcome to the Stanley Parable. This is a moderately, not old, but older, very least, game. And it came out something like 2008, I think? I don't know. I've never played it, never seen it, I have no idea what's happening. So I'm very excited, let's get going. The end is never the end, is never the end, is never, it's loading. Never the end. Click the skip.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget.
Def Leppard.
He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Okay, so we're gonna follow the instructions. We're gonna get out of the office.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
I don't
Stanley
know.
decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
This meeting room?
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way.
Sorry. I'm just trying to go to the meeting room. I don't know where it is. I just want to click everything in the office like you said, buddy. We'll call
When
you
Stanley
Fred.
came to a set of two open doors. He entered the door on his left.
Okay, we'll follow the rules for now. Key. Where's the meeting room? Ah, here we go.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
That's actually really funny. Look at that. Right, office. Got it. Let's go. Broom closet.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
Okay. That's really cool, actually. This is really interesting.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
I'm gonna assume it's this way. What the heck? Executive bathroom. It's actually really pretty. Interesting. Very nice woodwork here. And here's the, holy cow.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, what dark secret was being held from him. What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code.
Right, random
by
buttons.
sheer luck. Amazing. He
By
stepped
sheer
into
luck.
the newly opened passageway.
Ah. Oh. Hey, this is cool. Dude. Put in the corner? Are you getting mad at me? Fred, what's the matter, Fred? Fred, you're not gonna have any sassy thing to say? Wow, Fred has nothing sassy to say. Go figure. There's no me either. I have no body. I'm just a camera walking around the world. And now I'm afraid. It's like a freaking horror game. Now I'm terrified. Crawling on the loading. Oh, it's gonna take a year again? Holy shit. I mean, like, you know, procedurally loaded. Or not procedurally loaded.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
I want to marry the narrator. Fred, I want to marry you, Fred. Fred and I will be very happily engaged. We can move to the Bahamas.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Ooh. Does it matter what we pick? It's kind of ironic. Do I want to... I don't know. Let's escape. See what happens.
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
Oh. Okay. Never mind, I guess. I don't know.
But of course, Stanley thought better of it and realized he simply had too much to live for.
Yeah, I think. I don't know if he just totally duped me. He might have.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Yes, I do. I guarantee it. I can figure this out. No problem. So, it's like The Matrix, man. Talking about some real-life politic and stuff here. Of mind control and
jumped to life.
shadow
Their
government.
True nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building. Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen. And Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
This is quite literally a scene from The Matrix, isn't it? Only like Neo's in it and stuff. Okay, let's go up.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
That's really ironic. That's amazing.
No.
I'm very pleased with this.
He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible?
It is possible.
Had he truly spent his entire life
It's allegorical.
utterly blind to the world?
It's beautiful. I'm so happy. I'm crying right now.
But here was
I'm not
the
even
proof.
kidding you.
The heart of the operation.
I'm in
Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
How am I gonna do that? It makes boopy sounds. This is fantastic. Maybe we can press this button up here. Looks to have something to do with the power box, right? Maybe I can blow something up. Oh, they're numbered. Oh, I can't jump. Oh, I gotta walk everywhere? That's annoying. So let me see. So we got... That's number 4 up there. Ooh, I got it. 1, 2. I'm now browsing for number... That's 5. Where's number 3? God dang it. You number 3. Yes. 3. Hopefully this works. I wouldn't screw this up. I would assume this is how it works. I don't know. I'd like to just point out, by the way, as I may have mentioned in other games, I don't play puzzle games ever. So I'm also kind of an idiot when it comes to this kind of thing. So I might become very frustrated to watch with this kind of game. Just kind of a heads up. That's number 5. I really hope this works, or else I'm going to be upset. What the hell? I hit all the buttons. Mind control is idle, awaiting input. Some random jargon over there.
And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place.
Oh, golly. Okay. The buttons didn't matter. Interesting. At least I don't think they did. Okay. Music.
Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over?
No, Fred.
Yes. He had won. He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp?
I don't
What
know.
other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him, for it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No
Dude!
longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door.
It's not open, though.
Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him.
That's
This
awesome.
was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
Okay. Wait. Wait. Okay. So, okay, so something's going on here, man.
But Stanley simply couldn't handle the pressure. What if he had to make a decision? What if a crucial outcome fell under his responsibility? He had never been trained for that. No. This couldn't go anywhere except badly. The thing to do now, Stanley thought to himself, is to wait. Nothing will hurt me. Nothing will break me. In here I can be happy forever. I will be happy. Stanley waited. Hours passed, then days. Had years gone by? He no longer had the ability to tell. But the one thing he knew for sure, beyond any doubt, was that if he waited long enough, the answers would come.
I doubt it.
Eventually, someday, they would arrive. Soon, very soon now, this will end. He will be spoken to. He will be told what to do. Now it's just a little bit closer. Now it's even closer. Here it comes.
Head scratching going on right now, man.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Wait. Wait, what? Wait, what? What?
Stanley
What?
went around touching every little
Shut
thing
up.
in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way.
Okay, so we gotta do this again. What?
When Stanley came to a set of two
Go to
open,
the right
this
one.
was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
Okay, let's keep going then.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
Oh.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find coming to a staircase.
There were no
Stanley
downstairs
walked
instead.
upstairs to his boss's office.
What happens when we go downstairs, huh? Huh? Fire hose? What happens when we go downstairs, fire hose?
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment.
That's
for
fair,
no
it's
reason at
possible.
all. None of it made any logical sense.
Totally
And
feasible.
as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other
What the-
strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming, he yelled. This is all a
Oh.
dream.
Am I?
Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to
Maybe.
have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. He
Maybe.
thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll
I
have
don't
to
know.
go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons.
Can I go back?
I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground. Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And
What
then
the
perhaps
hell?
the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking?
Yeah,
Now
exactly.
the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that
What the
if he's asleep,
fuck?
he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing
Not
the
saying
voice
much.
speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He
Okay.
felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of
What's
the
going
world
on?
outside this one.
What the fuck?
Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please. It's all I want. I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job.
I'm married.
All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal.
So
I
boring.
am normal.
God. So
Everything will be fine.
boring.
I am okay.
What the fudge?
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone let me out. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I?
What the fuck?
And everything went black.
Man, that's interesting.
This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
What?
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day. The very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension,
this is getting
the
deep,
rest
man.
of her life.
Getting very
She
deep.
had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
Okay. What the fuck? Phone ringing.
Hi, Stanley. Just wanted to leave you a message to let you know there's a few things I need you to pick up on your way home from work today. We need milk, cereal, dish soap, spaghetti, get a thing of sugar, some bread, and coffee beans, whichever ones you like. I'll give you a call if there's anything I forgot. Thanks, sweetie. See you tonight.
She sounds adorable. Okay. There's no voice. Where'd Fred go? Fred!
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Let's do that. We'll do that this time. I think it's important I do that.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his bosses. Oh no, no, not again. I won't be part of this. I'm not going to encourage you. I'm not going to say anything at all. I'm just going to be patient and wait for you to finish what... Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
I think I want to do this, right? I'm so confused. It's okay though. I'm enjoying myself. We're in the bathroom. Because the boss knows that what the boss says goes. The boss has suffered losses, then that's what the boss chose. Okay. I just don't want to repeat the same nonsense over and over again, you know? What the business strategy? What the fuck? Okay, I don't know what's going on. But it's okay. It's all good. She just whispered my name in the song. Stanley. You can hear Fred and this person who I don't know. What? Wait, what? I don't know. What the hell? Okay, so that goes nowhere.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. What could it mean? Stanley wondered aloud to nobody. He began wildly tearing through papers on the boss's desk, pulling books off the shelf, looking behind paintings, desperate for clues to his situation. But his attention was caught by a keypad behind the boss's desk. What could its purpose be? In fact, this keypad guarded the terrible secret that lay buried below his feet. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845.
No, I don't want to do that though.
Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
Do I? I don't think I want to do that. I already did that one, didn't I? So I mean, oh well, whatever. I guess we're stuck here and we might as well.
Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumbs.
What is it?
Trying to input anything on the device was useless, since he could never possibly. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
I'm concerned I might be redoing parts I've already done before. Like, I'm getting the impression maybe you're supposed to just, like, explore everything you can in the game. Which is what I'm trying to do, but I think I might just be redoing parts I've already done. Yeah, I think so. But I don't know. I guess we'll find out. Because I don't want to redo Shizzle. I want to see what's next. Or new parts. Because we heard from the wife. But I don't know what. Maybe I'm supposed to go downstairs then? Wait, is this. I don't know.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
We're going this way.
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
Oh, wait. Does it never end?
The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
I don't want to. I want to die a violent death.
At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
Yep. Okay, so we confronted our death. Now what? I'm so confused. This is really cool, though. I'm really digging this. Like, I'm happy to keep messing around, see if I can find.
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise, he reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. So he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
Oh, God. Oh, God.
Farewell, Stanley, cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
What?
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish? When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
No, I didn't. Okay. Interesting. That's been recorded this room game. Huh. What the heck? Selection of sounds. Okay, I'm sorry, I was reading this. I'm confused. So, yes, Kevin, I want to marry you, Kevin. Kevin, I love you. So, are we? So we're dead, I guess, or we have been dead. Huh. Dude, I'm so confused. What's in here? Get capybaras. Narrator emails. Okay. Okay, I'm very confused. Okay, so that's all the time I have for today. So, thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed, please leave a like, subscribe, share, comment. I'm going to keep playing and see. I'm not sure if I actually completed the game or not. I'm guessing there's like more stuff you can figure out. So, if you want to see me complete it and do the rest, feel free to make sure, in fact, to leave a like, and I'll know that y'all want to see it.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free. Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another?
No.
No, perhaps not.
I am so
Sometimes
confused.
these things cannot be seen. But listen to me. You can still save these two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Push escape and press quit. There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now and it'll be your only true choice. Whatever you do, choose it. Don't let time choose for you. Don't let time...
Oi.